Ready to slate?
No.
Now? The camera.
Welcome. I'm speaking with Dwight Lauderdale, who's an anchor person at Channel 10 WPLG. Excuse me. Mental block here. I wanted to ask you about everyone sees the glamour of an anchor person, and you know, they see you on television and they think, oh wow, what a glamorous job. What do you do in the course of a day? I mean, earlier we talked about you came in at 3 o'clock.
Right, my day starts about 3:30 in the afternoon in preparation for the early evening newscast at 6. And believe it or not, anchors are involved in preparing the program. In fact, as far as the writing aspect, I prefer to write as much of it as I possibly can because it's easier for me to read what I've written. I wrote it, I know what it says. And then we do this news at 6 until 6:30, take a break, and then we get back in the evening and start preparing for the 11 o'clock.
You said it was easier to read what you write. Have you ever gotten into a situation where you fumble up on what you're reading because someone
else, of course, that happens. When you have a number of people putting together the product, the news show, you have to adjust to reading different styles. I can always tell when we have a new associate producer because a new style will pop up in the prompter all of a sudden, and you have to get used to reading another person's style. And often, if I have time, I'll make changes, but you do have to get used to reading someone else's writing style.
What do you do in the case when you're on the air and you make a mistake?
You're human.
Right.
If you didn't make mistakes, you might as well put a computer in the chair. In fact, some people contend that that's what will happen one day. Walter Cronkite used to say, and I don't know if this is true or not, but Walter Cronkite used to say that he would flub up every now and then just to prove that he was human, although I don't think that's true, because he didn't do it often enough. What can you do? You just try to make the most sense of it and go on.
Yes. Has there ever been any big disaster that you can think of that's happened since you've been at Channel 10? That's been on the air? Or?
Michael Putney can probably answer that question better than I. There have been disasters, big disasters. What's a big disaster? You're only as good as your last newscast, and hopefully not as good as your next one. But I don't remember the show ever really falling apart, no.
Do you have a lot of fun while you're on the air? Or
truth or the lie? Fun while you're on the air?
Well, all right, let me put it another way. Do you have a good rapport with your other anchors, and, you know, do you get along well with them? And
Ann Bishop and I, my co-anchor, and I are friends. I first met Ann, I think, 14 years ago when I first came to this community. And I think because we are friends, and we were friends first, and co-anchors later, it works on the air. What you see on the air is real. It's not an act. We wouldn't be that. We should be in Hollywood if that was an act, believe me.
Well, it's been great speaking with you, and I hope we see a lot more of you on television.
Thank you for the opportunity, Kathy. Did you make your time?